Button. Closes shortcut. 1.
Welcome back to Tech Tips. My name is Aaron Hoffman. Do you remember those long nights of excitement when you had a book of computer code, typing it frantically into your Apple IIe, only to trip over the power cord and lose everything because you didn't save it? Well, maybe I'm showing my age. Perhaps I should have planned my speech better. Luckily, there's an application in iOS that can help you to practice your speech. But since one doesn't exist right now, we're going to build one for free. There is a program on iOS called Shortcuts. It's your own mini programming and making heaven. This will allow you to use simple blocks of code to generate applications for yourself and to share with friends. Today, I would like to give you a general overview of a project we will start. We are going to build a public speaking helper. It will consist of a series of prompts and voice guidance along with vibrations to remind us when to jump to the next task. The iOS app, Shortcuts, can be found in the App Store, and you can download it for free. We will be using this application to build our public speaking assistant, and it will consist of a number of actions or blocks. The number of blocks we will use today is 7. It will be very simple, and I would like to run through the program with you before we start constructing it. Let's get started. I am going to swipe right. I am in the application Shortcuts right now, and I'm going to swipe right, and I will describe what the program is and how we are going to build it.
Time speaking assistant brief. Heading. Language. Braille table. Headings. Words. Speaking rate. 75%, 70%, 65%, 60%, 50%.
Sorry about that. I forgot to adjust my reading speed. Now that you can understand it, we will go through the program line by line.
Details. Button. Scripting. List action. Heading. Draggable. Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound, then drag to reorder. Double tap to read the action description. Actions available.
We are going to start with a list, and this list is going to be iterated upon, meaning we will step through it. 1, then 2, then 3, then so on. In our program, we are going to speak on a certain number of topics, or subtopics, or parts of a topic, and we are going to populate this list with those different topics, and we can add them one per line. So I will go through this list and show you what we will add.
Reorder. Introduce yourself as well as a few brief examples of today's topic. Text field. Double tap to edit. Actions available.
This is an example of one of the text lines that I have typed. So when the program starts, the first prompt will be to introduce myself, and that's fine. Now we'll go to the next line and hear what we will say next, after the loop or iteration is complete.
Reorder. Button. Draggable. Explain the steps needed to set up the area. Text field. Double tap to edit. Action. Give a general overview of today's topic at a very high level. Text field. Double tap to edit. Actions available.
Our second operation in this loop is to give a very high level overview of the topic. So we have one, then we have another. So let's go through the other lines in this loop.
Explain some of the technical aspects of the topic as well as software or hardware required. Tech reorder. Explain the steps needed to set up the area. Reorder. Explain the steps in detail, covering any special aspects such as Braille. Text field. Reorder. Give a few real-world examples of how this topic can be used for personal and professional benefit. Reorder. Thank the viewers and conclude the presentation. Insert Add New Item button.
So here we have 7 line items. This means we are going to iterate or loop through 1, then perform an action, 2, then perform an action, 3, then perform the action, all the way to 7. So, we can put as many line items as we like. Let's move on to our next type of action or code block.
Add new item. Scripting. Repeat with each action. Heading. Draggable. Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound, then drag to reorder. Double tap to read the action description. Actions available.
We are going to start a loop, and this loop means we are going to repeat the same actions over a certain time period. In our example here, we are going to repeat with each item in our previous list.
Repeat with each item in list. Actions available.
This means we are going to do something with each of those items in our list from before, 1 through 7. So let's explore this loop a little further.
Inside of repeat with each documents, speak text action, heading. Draggable. Double tap and hold, wait for the sound, then drag to reorder. Double tap to read the action description. Actions available.
Now we are inside our loop, and instead we are inside the repeat with each item loop. So that means the first action we will do while we repeat each item in the loop is to speak a selection using text-to-speech.
Speak, repeat item. Actions available.
Here, we're going to speak the repeat item, and that means our index, or the item that it's looping through. So in our example, if we start it, we're going to repeat item number 1. Then, when the loop is done, it will start again, but it will repeat item number 2. Let's move on to the next block.
Show more, button. Double tap to expand. Inside of repeat with each scripting, wait action, heading. Draggable. Double tap and hold, wait for the sound, then drag to reorder. Double tap to read the action description. Actions available.
Our next code block is to wait a certain amount of time, which will pause the application.
Wait 30 seconds. Actions available.
So we are going to wait for 30 seconds after it speaks each item. After it speaks the first item, it will wait 30 seconds. Then for the next item, it will wait another 30 seconds. For the last section in our loop, we have chosen to vibrate the device.
Inside of repeat with each scripting, vibrate device action, heading, vibrate device.
The last action we have in this loop is to vibrate the device. That means we have 3 actions for every iteration in this loop. For every item, we will speak the item, then we will wait 30 seconds, and finally we will vibrate the device.
Scripting, and repeat action, heading. Draggable. Double tap and hold, wait for the sound, then drag to reorder. Double tap to read the action description. Actions available.
Now we are coming out of our repeat loop, so we are now at the end repeat. So anything after this end repeat means it will wait until all of these 7 items are done in our loop, and then it will perform the actions outside the repeat loop. We do have one action code block, so let's find out.
Documents, speak text action, heading. Speak, complete. Actions available.
So here we have a final action, which is to speak the word complete.
Show more, button. Double tap to expand.
A lot of options and blocks in shortcuts will have the show more option, and this will give us more options to use, such as setting the voice or the language or the speech rate.
Add action, button.
And finally, we are done with our script. We have the add action button, so we can add another action to the lot if we'd like. But now we are done with our general explanation of the script, and next time we will begin building the framework for the script before finally adding the the smaller details. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you then.